All right, guys, welcome, welcome, welcome. We're gonna find out what the next reading. I would like to see a fire sign come out. King of Pentacles, Taurus. Taurus, this is your reading. Still no fire signs. What's going on with them? Well, we'll find out why. But yeah, I let Spirit's name of the game, so they get to call the shots. So this is Taurus. This is your reading. Please know that whenever you are meant to watch this reading is when you're meant to watch it, because our energy will pull things that we need to, whatever we're going through at that time. Okay, so whether this was recorded 5 years ago or yesterday, if you are meant to watch this video, it's because you are in that energy. Okay, it's like magnets. So just know that when you are meant to watch this reading, you are meant to watch this reading. Also cross watch too. It's a better understanding of what maybe people are going through in your life, to better understand them. Sometimes it's hard for people to express how they feel, so you know, it's kind of, if you were to cross watch somebody else's reading, then you wouldn't understand where they're coming from or what they're going through, right? All right, Taurus, this is your reading. Ace of Cups in reverse on the bottom. What's going on here? Okay, so we have the Two of Swords in reverse. So swords are air signs, which is Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius. You could be dealing with the Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, or just the energy that you're in or your person is in. Twos on the tree life are balance and partnership. So this definitely could be dealing with another person. It doesn't have to be a relationship like a love relationship. It could be a family relationship. It could be a work relationship. Just take it however it resonates for you, Taurus, but don't make it make sense, okay? Not every Taurus can be going through what every Taurus is going through at the exact same time or the same thing, okay? So anywho, right here, Two of Swords in reverse. So reverse means that it's on the lower polarity, okay? So this could be like possibly unlocking or unblocking somebody if you had somebody blocked. Or it could also be in the other aspect, because when this is up in the higher polarity, she's trusting her intuition, and she, you know, even though she's blindfolded and she can't see, she's still guided through, you know, nothing's going to trip her up because she's trusting what's in her intuition. So this is telling me that you may not be trusting what's going on. You may not be like, no, I don't want to hear it. Like if somebody's trying to talk to you or they're trying to tell you something, you don't want to see them, you don't want to hear from them. Okay? And then we have the Death card. The Death card is Scorpio, and this is also in reverse. So this is telling me that maybe something hasn't come to a full complete end, or is there was an ending that maybe you didn't want there to be an ending. So the Death card is Scorpio energy. It's number 13. So 3 + 1 is 4. It's the Emperor. So you could be going through the life lesson of an Emperor. We'll get to that later. But this is like an involuntary change, or a change that was not wanted or that you asked for. That's difficult. Okay. It could also be fear. So what happens like with death, you know, because we're human, we all know that that's inevitable, right? So if we live in that fear of knowing that, it's worse than death, the actual death itself, right? Because what it does is it stunts our growth. It stunts us living. We won't live because of the fear of the ending, or afraid to live. So it also means that maybe you're possibly not letting go of a past. You're not letting go of something that has ended. Or it's like forced, you know, so this is like there was an unexpected change or unexpected ending. You don't want to let go of that. That's probably why you don't want to hear from them, see them, talk to them, okay? Now, this is the Eight of Wands. So eights are seeking solutions on the tree of life. So you could be seeking a solution to what's going on. So wands are like our spirit, our drive, the force of something, right? So eights are Mercury, and this is Sagittarius, this card. So you can see this is all wands. So if you think about Sagittarius, right, that arrow, these are like arrows coming in really fast. So this is like a communication that could be coming in extremely fast. This also could be travel, okay? So maybe you had to travel unexpectedly really fast, right? Because look, here's a tower. So yeah, this could have been something like, right now you don't want to hear from somebody or talk to somebody. There could have been an unexpected change or an abrupt ending that you did not want, or you're not letting go of. And it could have happened extremely fast, and maybe you had to travel because of it, or some kind of communication came in. And then this is that tower moment. So what happens is when the tower moment happens, it's because this right here, this foundation right here, it's very weak, and it can't hold this building, right? So whatever the situation was, it was not built on a strong foundation. So what happens is the universe will step in and hit us in our crown chakra, right here, see the crown? One bolt of lightning, and it'll bring this tower to its very knees. So this is done for our own benefit, but this is an unexpected, shocking situation, right? Like, we don't want that to happen. And we don't take the correct steps before the situation. This is the ultimate. This will happen because, universe or spirit will give us several instances where we could fix whatever this is before it happens. And if we keep going down the roads that we're not supposed to, or we keep delving in things that don't serve us, then we're forced to change. Do you see what I'm saying? So that's what happened here with the Tower card. The Tower card's always abrupt, unexpected. It shakes things up. It shakes it to its very core. But it's good, and it really is good. So, with anything, that happens like this, even though it is not what we wanted, but it's so intense, and it's so, like, how could I say, profound. That's so that we can rebuild this foundation. We can rebuild this building on a more stable foundation, okay? So this is Mars energy, fire energy. It reels a lot of energy. You can see that, right? So it's like a revelation, a change, a sudden, exciting, or almost maybe painful, or maybe sudden change, right? But it's shaking. It shakes things up. It's meant to. Everything, trust me when I tell you guys, everything in this world, in this life, is meant to happen to us for a good reason. It is usually the very instances like this are the ones that are the most significant, okay? So just know that with this, even though it's not what we wanted, it does bring a great change, okay? So just have faith in everything that happens with the universe and why it's happening. So here are the Seven of Swords. We're going to find out now what's going on here. Swords are air signs, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Again, you could be dealing with an air sign, keep coming up over it. But it's also like our thought process, how we're thinking, our behaviors even. So if you think about a sword looks like a mirror, right? And it mirrors the quality of our minds. So that's how we think. And sevens on the tree of life are illusionary success. So right here, either somebody was trying to get away with something. Do you see his face? He's like, he has all these swords and he's looking back like, do they see me? Are they chasing me? Am I getting away with this? Do you see what I'm saying? But the interesting thing is he's holding 5 swords. 5s in the tree of life are testing conflict, severity, right? So 5s right here, it means like there was some kind of conflict or some kind of testing, maybe, conflict, being defensive. And then look at, there's 2 swords. So 2s could represent a balance or people or a relationship or a partnership or something. So between 2 people. See 2 swords, and then they have the 5. So there's some kind of conflict with a partnership or some kind of conflict with, it doesn't have to be a love relationship. Like I said, it could be any form of relationship. Tarot is always designed to go around relationships, whether it's love, family, friends, work. That's because within relationships, we learn more about ourselves. Tarot is about oneness. It's about us finding ourselves, knowingness. Like, we learn more about ourselves and everything, so we can grow, we can heal, we can elevate our frequencies, we can, evolve and things like, you know what I'm saying? So it's just, this is all about us. It's not about the other person. It's not about what they're doing, what they're not doing. It's all about you. That is what tarot is about. So there's somebody trying to get away with something. You can see that. Or they're trying to justify their behavior. Maybe there's something had happened, abruptly changed, or they had to move. But now they're trying to justify the behavior of whatever it is that happened that was wrong, whether it be them or you. Now remember, we often mirror our counterparts, meaning that if that's what you think they're doing, you might want to look in the mirror, because if that's where your mentality goes, your subconscious is probably trying to tell you something, that it might be just you. Okay, so this next one is the Two of Wands. 2s are partnerships, balance, we know that, right? And the Wands are spirit, force, our drive, our passion. So here he has the world in his hands. You can see that, right? And he's got another hand on the wand, and he's standing and he's surveying his land, right? So he's got the world in his hands, he's surveying his land, and this is where he treats everybody equally. He treats the people equally. Even though he's the ruler or the king or whatever you want to call, the president, whatever you want to call him, he still treats other people the same as him. Okay, so nothing is above anybody else. Even the animals. Even if there's a squirrel, that squirrel has the same importance as he does, if you will. I know it's a bad analogy, but yes. And then so that's basically like, this is the Lord of Dominion, so that means like we are the rulers of our own world. And we can be that. As long as we are treating ourselves and others, whether you think they're beneath us or not, nobody's ever beneath us. There's only one person that sits higher than all of us, and we're not him. So as long as you treat yourself and others the same, and then also every animal, because every animal has a soul just like ours. And just because they can't talk or evolve like we can doesn't mean that they're any lesser than us. Doesn't mean that they're expendable. Doesn't mean that they're any less important than we are, because they have a soul. You know, like we don't get to choose to play God. So that's what this card means, right? And then here's the Ace of Wands. So Ace of Wands is on the top of the tree of life. It's not tainted. It's of God. It's of spirit. It's something that wants to grow. And the hand of God is in this wand. You can see it looks like a plant, right? And there's leaves growing on that plant because there's like a drive there. There's a force there of wanting to grow. It's a change card. It's the biggest change card that there is. I thought there was a card that was upright in my deck, but I guess not. Thought I saw something. So the Ace of Wands, it is the Lord of inspiration, okay, growth. They're very dignified, very powerful. There's a lot of energy. There's a lot of vitality. It's potent. It's becoming and being alive, okay? So I wonder what it is that somebody's trying to get away with. It's not being very clear, but let's just find out what else Spirit has to say. And if I don't still have that clarity, I will throw another card on it, on the Seven of Swords. Thank you, spirits, guides, angels, are true appreciated and true grateful. Can you please let us know what Taurus needs to know? Oh, there it goes. Okay. Judgment in reverse. Okay, there's some kind of test that happened, and it doesn't look like it came out very well. So that's why the Tarot moment happened. You see that? Oh, yep, there you go. There's the Hierophant. Oh, yeah, okay. All right, so Judgment is number 20 on the Major Arcana. It is the card that's right before the World. The World is a completion. It's a final finality, I guess you could say. So this is in reverse. This is Pluto's energy. 20 could mean something. Twos. So this is refusing to apply what was learned. Okay, so you learned something within this situation. Well, you were supposed to learn something within this situation. And you might have learned something in this situation, but you might not have applied it. So what happens is we go through these life lessons, right? And it's not here to make us suffer. It's not here to make us be bitter or resentful. These happen to us for a reason, because we can take what happened to us and look at outside of the box and stop being victims or stop blaming other people for it, and try to really dig deep and find out why this situation has happened to us. There's a lesson in everything, okay? Now we can take that lesson. Once we learn that lesson, we can take that lesson and we can apply it in our lives, because it happened for a reason. And if we can't realize that this lesson, no matter how hard it was, no matter how much it hurt, it was designed to teach us something. And if we do not incorporate that in our life, that lesson that we have learned, we fail the test. And guess what's going to happen? The universe is going to make us go through it all over again. Because what was the point of going through all of this, not learning your lesson and not applying it in your life? There's not somebody up there sitting up there with a magnifying glass trying to torture us. We are here to grow, evolve spiritually. We are great people, right? But there's something that's greater, and that's our drive of what we're trying to get to. So to me, that's God. Okay, so that's why we need to elevate. We can't. I mean, honestly, like we can't just say, well, I don't want to go through all. I'm just going to cut corners, and I'm just going to know that. Sorry, God is all seeing and all knowing, and you can't do that. Also in the universe, this is their. We're just here. Like, this is their world. The universe, that's why we have to follow their law, their rules. We can't make the rules. We can't cut corners. We can't do none of that. We go through these things on for a reason. We have to apply them in our lives. And then at the end, right, when we learn a lesson, this is number 20, right before the World, the completion, the finality of it, right? I feel that this card means that we are being tested by the universe. And now they're going to throw a situation at us, and they're going to test us. See, did they learn their lesson? Do they know the lesson? Did they learn it? Did they apply it? If you didn't, guess what? You get to do it all over again, and round we go until we get out of our egos and our pride and know that this has happened for a deeper reason. And it's to make us better people, to get us back at our core. There's no victims here, and there's no perpetrators. Everybody that comes in our life, they're here designed to help us learn, grow, evolve, to get us back to who we are at our core. So we can, keep going and keep going. We're not here just to be tortured. We know that. That's why there's a drive there that wants, like I said, we're great, but there's something there. We want to be greater. We can't get there without failure. We can't get there without learning lessons. We can't get there without applying these lessons that we learn. We can't say, oh, well, I learned. So did you? Like, how do we know? Like, how do they know that? Like, we could be arrogant and say, yeah, I learned my lesson. Yeah, but did you really? Because if you really learned your lesson, you would apply it in your life, right? So maybe you should go back and really think about what happened, how it happened, why it happened. Really dig deep into, and drop the personality, the ego, the pride, because that's going to get you nowhere in life at all. And you're never going to win anything with that, because this is not about winning. It's not about winning, because you're not up against anybody else but yourself. Okay, so keep that in mind, guys. Just try to go back and figure out what this was about, why it happened. Right here is the Five of Cups. Fives are testing severity. It looks like there's a lot. You went through some pain. Like it was hard. It looks like it was hard. I'm not saying, I'm not trying to minimize your experience. Everybody has a story that'll bring you to your knees, meaning everybody in this world suffers. Everybody in this world has gone through some experience of, the Lord of loss and pleasure. That's what this card is. The Lord of loss and pleasure. Okay, he's right here. These cups have spilt. He's so focused on the cups that have spilt. If he would just turn around, he would see that there's something that still remains here. Okay, I'm sorry if you guys you can see my shadow. It's because I have the blinds open. The sun is coming out, or the sun is out, I mean. But anywho, this person is so focused on these cups that have spilt. We cannot put this liquid or whatever this is spilt back in these cups. Okay, you have to know that it's spilt. Okay, but if you stop focusing on the things that are gone that you cannot change, you turn around, you see that these two cups, there's still something that remains, then you'll see a path that leads over this troubled waters, and there's help here. But you can't get here if you keep focusing on here, if you keep looking down at this that you cannot change. Okay, that's what I'm saying. We all have stories that bring us to our knees, things that we did not expect, abrupt changes that we did not want. Well, you know what? This is the thing, guys. Do we really know what we want? We think we do, but, we don't know what's best for us. We don't know what we need. So that's what the universe is here helping, guiding us to that. Okay? And things don't always go our way. If things went our way, what are we here for? What would we be here for? But, the first lesson in our life is not to give up on ourselves. We learned how to walk. We were, babies, and all of a sudden our intuition is telling us, get up and walk, get up and walk, get up and walk. Nobody physically told us or showed us, or maybe our parents were like, okay, it's time to walk, but we didn't understand that. We didn't know what that meant. So, but we felt it, right? So we got up and we tried to walk, but we didn't do it on our first try, right? We fell. The average human would fall 17 times an hour. Imagine being a baby. We would fall 17 times an hour trying to learn how to walk, right? But we didn't stop. We didn't quit. We got right back up. Every fall, every bruise, every cut, every cry, every little hurt ego that we had, we didn't care. We got right back up and we tried again. And we kept doing that until we mastered walking, right? Now we do that without even thinking. And that was the first lesson in our life. Listen to your intuition, trust in yourself, and do not give up on yourself, okay? It's going to be hard. We're going to fall. We're going to fall a lot. We're going to get cut. We're going to get bruised. We're going to get hurt. Our egos are going to get damaged. But you can't give up on yourself. You have to get right back up and keep doing it until we figure it out, okay? Because with every fall and everything that we do, we learn something from it. We know what not to do. Don't run into the wall, or don't, hold on to something. We learn, we get more experienced, we grow. And that's what this is all about. Okay, so then the Hierophant, this is your energy right here. This is your card. So you are not in your energy. This is on the lower polarity, saying that you are not maybe feeling like yourself. This probably took a big toll on you. It's probably very hurtful. It's painful. I get it. I may not have understand exactly what you're going through, but I know that every lesson and everything that we go through is very tough. This is the human experience. We signed up for this. We don't give up on yourself. We got to keep going. And the more that we stop focusing on the things that we cannot change, and start, knowing that there's something that still remains, and start healing ourselves and getting there, this is just going to keep happening. And a lot of people get stuck here. Well, I don't want to get stuck here. That's why that's why I do tarot. I don't want to get stuck here. And I'm trying to help other people not get stuck here either. Because we often get stuck at the threes. That's the hardest part. The Three of Swords, the pain, the agony, the sorrow. That's where we get stuck, and we would rather live in that sorrow and that regret and that pain and that hurt than face it, feel it, and heal from it. Well, I'm good. I don't want to suffer for the rest of my life. I'd rather keep going. You know, so the Hierophant in reverse is maybe power of abuse, shadow of a church, maybe controlling, somebody trying to control, maybe somebody's too powerful, or completely missed the point of what's happening. Completely missed the whole point of what happened. There's no inner healing. They're not learning. You're not listening to your inner guides. That's why I said sit down, really go back and contemplate why this has happened. Okay, it didn't happen for you, for everybody to be against you, and it didn't happen to make you suffer. This happened for a reason, and yes, but you have to dig very deep and get over our pride and our ego and find out why this has happened, and learn from it and apply it in our lives. Okay, there is your reading, Taurus. Hugs, hugs, hugs. If you want a personal reading and to actually, you know, find out in a deeper depth of what's going on and why it happened or what to do next, my email is in the description box, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Love and light.